Hey, yes, we did that. We partied like it was pre-COVID. Welcome back to Steph. Welcome back to Steph with a pinch of Steph. All right, this is. I need some intro guys. Today I'll be showing you my take on some stewed chicken, and I'm pretty sure wherever you're from, you got some version of stewed chicken and sauce, water and rice, water and chicken, water and spices and chicken, whatever you call it in your country. I'm pretty sure this recipe is sure to please.
Okay guys, so today we're going to start off with our chicken thighs. I already started cleaning and I was like, why not show you guys how I'm taking off the skin off the legs. So I grab the thicker part of the leg very tight and then I pull the skin in an upward position. That way it's less of a fight with them knuckles, because those knuckles hold on to the chicken skin so tight. Look at that. You gotta hold on to that thing tight because it's like slime at this point. It's slippery. So this is a great reason why chicken legs are amazing for frying chicken with the skin on, if that's your take. But for today, we're doing stewed chicken. Now it's time to cut up the chicken into little nice bite-sized chunks. Well, not bite-sized chunks, but just good chunks. I would say at least like a baby fist or so. That way the seasons just seep into the chicken. If you have chicken thighs, you cut it like in 2-3 parts as well. So after we cut this up, we're gonna clean it with our nice blend of lemon, vinegar, and salt. I like to use iodine salt, the cheap salt, not the good salt. I don't like to use my good salt to clean chicken. So we're gonna scrub this thing down. I don't care what the FDA say. Clean your meat, okay? Clean your meat. So now that our chicken is nicely cleaned and rinsed off from the spa, let's season her up. So now we're gonna add a nice little all-purpose seasoning by the brand Grace. Then we're gonna add a little chicken seasoning, also by the brand Grace as well. But of course you can use any type of chicken seasoning you have. Now for the garlic powder, a little bit of paprika, a little pinch of salt. Now this is when I use my nice salt, like my sea salt, my Himalayan salt. Just add a little salt, or you could wait till the end. It's your preference. And of course a little black pepper. Last but not least, some allspice. I lied. This is not last. But if you have crushed allspice, that works wonderful as well. Add like a hint of apple cider vinegar. Some onion powder. A little hint of ginger. I had ginger paste. I like to use that. If you have fresh ginger, feel free to shave it or use powdered ginger. And last but not least, some minced garlic. Okay, so now we're getting started with the fresh seasonings, okay? Ready through a little dry seasoning. I'm gonna add a little levels to layers of flavor, okay? So right here I'm chopping up a medium size, well, large size, but it really used a little bit. So I'm gonna say medium, large sweet onion. Feel free to use white onion as well. Onion is an onion, okay? As well as this mini sweet bell peppers I have as well. I use whatever I have in my refrigerator, and at my local grocery store, the mini sweet bell peppers is a little cheaper, and honestly the same thing, so why not? And of course, I have a little green onions as well, or some people call it scallions as well, and I'm just rough chopping it up. So now we're just going to toss the fresh seasonings that we just chopped up into the nice marinated chicken with the dry herbs, and we're just going to shake it all up. Shake the room. I'm not the only one that sings and they're excited, okay? Because I am. I'm tasting this all over again. So right here, I'm going to add a little browning sauce right here, just because, why not? If you don't have to necessarily do this step. If you want, you could just brown some sugar and leave it as is. But I was in the mood to add a little browning, so that's just what I did. So after I toss the seasonings in there, I don't know, something about me, I just always add layer to layer to layer. And now I'm going to add a little extra, which is some amazing tomatoes and some fresh thyme, because why not? Okay, so this quick disclaimer, I left mine to marinate for 36 hours. I'm going to show you what I did in between that time to make sure my chicken was kissed all over. But you just keep yours for at least an hour, I would say minimum, to make sure you retain all those flavors. You don't want to waste your seasonings now, do you? 12 hours since I seasoned this, and I was just so pressed to like smell it because it smelled so good earlier. So I'm just like, I wonder what it's doing now. I wonder what it's doing now. And honestly, oh my gosh, if I could eat raw chicken like sushi, all right, let me chill. But seriously, in all seriousness, this is really good. So what I'm doing right now is technically like taking the broth, the sauce, the marinade from the bottom, and I'm just making sure all pieces of the chicken get the same type of love and marination and loving. We don't want the bottom half to be absorbing all that good juices and seasonings and the top just stale. We don't like that. We want consistency throughout the whole plate. That's about it. Honestly, I was thinking about cutting open a habanero pepper and adding it to it, but then I noticed the people I was cooking for, well, this group of people, they're not fans of heat like that. But if you can, or you like heat, or just a little bit, I would suggest cutting up a Scotch bonnet pepper and just adding it to it, you know? Or just cutting up a Scotch bonnet pepper. Seedless if you want medium heat, and if you want hot, leave them seeds in there. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, I'm about to cover my chicken McLovin, put it back in the fridge for at least 24 more hours. But we just want to speed this process up and get to the fun part, right? Because we're here for the stew. So let's get to browning. Nice and hot. Add some vegetable oil to this. Add some sugar. Making a big batch. That's how we're gonna do it. So now after we added our little sugar to our nice little vegetable oil, we're gonna keep a close eye to it, okay? Because this process could burn very quickly. So keep an eye on it, and we're gonna see that brown sugar melt into that oil and create like a nice little caramel texture color. So keep an eye on that, and once it gets to that consistency, you want to toss your meat in and get it nice and colored and seared in that, okay? Now here we go. Yeah, that's sizzling. Oh my man, you know that chicken's gonna have a nice beautiful color to it, and those flavors are opening. I'm telling you, if I don't hear this out in the kitchen, something ain't right. At this point, we're just making sure all the chicken is getting a nice little brown in color. All right, let me speed this up, but keep an eye on that. This process takes about like I want to say 3 to 5 minutes. You know, just to make sure you keep an eye on it. Make sure the chicken does not burn. But the chicken will continue its own little broth. So let that simmer in its own juices. You know what I mean? So now here we go to the next part of the video. Now we're going to add a little layering of flavors. Here we're going to add the marinade, which it was marinated in. The peppers, the thyme, the onions, the Scotch bonnet if you added that. So we're going to add all the extra juices, all the marinade on top of the stewed chicken to receive the rest of the flavoring. Oh, I wish you guys could smell it, but we just gonna get back right into it. So now I'm gonna add a little tomato ketchup, tomato syrup, whatever you wanna call it. If you wanna add tomato paste, if you don't have ketchup, feel free to add that. Now I'm gonna add some chicken seasoning. If you don't have this, put a chicken bouillon cube. Next, I'm gonna add a little meat fish sauce. Amazing. Here we go. Bam. Some people sub this out for Worcestershire sauce, but to each his own. Use what you got and make love to your food. It's always gonna come out tasting amazing. So after we mix all the flavors in, we're just gonna cover this up and steam it so the inside of the chicken could cook. Leave it covered for at least 15 minutes, okay? And occasionally come back and stir and, you know, taste and alter it to your liking. Let's check out stewed chicken. It's been stewing for at least an hour. And some. Look at our stew, baby! Yes. This smells amazing. I let the peppers cook down and I added that habanero pepper. So let me do a quick time lapse of the plating. Don't mind the backing, okay? I had a little plate on the countertop. It kind of made it like this, but hey, no judgment. I got a little quick spinach. I put a little carrots, bell peppers, onions, garlic. Here's the star of the show. And of course, I had to have plantains. What's stewed chicken without plantains? Huh? I just got done with my stewed chicken, which I am so happy about. So happy. Oh, there we go. So yes, guys, this is the final product of my stewed chicken with some plantains, some rice and beans, rice and peas, whatever the country call it, with some spinach, carrots, and some bell peppers, garlic, and onions, and of course some seasoning. All right, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below, and let me know if you try this recipe and like your take on this. You know what I'm saying? And before you walk out my life or like go to the next video, please like, share, and subscribe. Make sure the subscribe button is not red. It's like gray or invisible, because YouTube is a little weird. Sometimes it will unsubscribe you. But do that for me, please, and thank you so much. See you in the next video. Bye.